Good afternoon, it's Pamela from Yorkshire in the north of England. Sorry about the position I'm in here. We took delivery of a new living room furniture this week, sitting room furniture. So this old armchair, well, it's not an old one, it's only about 4 years old. My armchair has been accepted by a charity, but they can't come and collect it just yet. So it's squashed into the kitchen at the moment. Unfortunately, it was too late for our sofa. We had to put it outside because we'd no room to store it. So unfortunately, that's got wet now, and it's been pooped on by birds. It's only been out there a couple of days, so that's going to have to go to the, with the council collection. I've booked that this morning. So I've been missing. I've just been doing other things. I've been enjoying doing a bit of jigsawing. I'm an avid jigsawer when it comes to it, so get that from my mum. And I've been doing some that I've had it for a while that I've been bought as presents and I've just not got round to doing. Really enjoyed doing that. I've got some more to do, but I'm just a bit too squashed in here. I don't think I'd better get onto the table to do them. So that'll have to wait till this is gone. What else have I been up to? I've been doing a tiny bit on my blanket, not much. I've only got, I can't remember how many repeats I've done of the variegated. I suspect it was on the 3rd repeat, but I can't remember anyway. If it was, I've done another 3 repeats, and I've just got 2 more repeats of the variegated, then I go back to the single colours. Still enjoying it, but I'm just not doing as much of that. My shoulder is getting better all the time, but I must admit it is what's stopping me really from doing a lot of crochet. What else have I been up to? On Sunday we went to Spring Into Wool in Leeds. It's at the grammar school at Leeds. Absolutely fantastic school. I've always wanted to know what it's like at that school. I've gone past it so many times, and it's beautiful. The school, I mean, a lot of it's a rebuild, but there's been a school there since for centuries. Basically, it's just well, it's in the history, it's in the annals. So but it was lovely to go and see. Pearl came with me and my husband, and Pearl were looking up how much the fees are when we were on our way back home for the school, and it's eye-watering. I think it was 17,000 a year for the older children, and it was something like 10,000 just for a nursery place. Absolutely ridiculous prices, but you can see why. It's a perfect school, really. It looks really good. So it was nice to go there, and the other advantage of it is they had a proper refectory, a canteen, and we it was like just basic foods, but really nice, and you could have like a cappuccino and what have you. Very reasonable prices for the food in the canteen. I think the drinks were only £1 each. I thought it was amazing. Lots of stalls, really easy to get around. Enjoyed it much more than I had done at Bakewell. If they have another one there, I will definitely go again. Absolutely loved it. So I bought some things while we were there. There's there were two stands that I really wanted to go to. One was Dalton Border Leicester Yarn, which is a slaughter-free wool manufacturer, keep sheep basically, Border Leicesters, and he was showing me his pictures of his lambs this year, was the farmer, and it's literally, he just does it for wool. His story is that he wanted to see if he could do keep sheep for wool, and not send them to slaughter, so they retire there. I think he's up at about 400 sheep now. They obviously have so many lambs each year, then, you know, like they do go into retirement, so I like that. So I thought if I'm going to buy some wool, I'd like it to be from him. The other stand I wanted to look at was Lucy Locketland, which is where I got the little cottage tins. I sent one to Cassandra in Denmark last year for our birthday challenge. And she's got loads of lovely stuff on her stand, you know, but Pearl had wanted to get a kit that had run out last time we saw her at when we were at Bakewell, and she got that, so she got a knitted fox kit. It looks like all good quality wools in that kit, and like I say, lots of little novelty items like the like I say, like the little tins that they have. Still got them, so Cassandra, if you want any more of those tins, I would get in touch with the lady proprietor of Lucy Locketland, because she's got so many of them. So I got other things as well. The wool that I got from Dalton Body Leicester yarn, that's the leaflet he gave me, and as you'll see on there, it says slaughter free rare breed British wool. So I had to buy something from there because of that, you know, that had to be done. So I got two. I wanted this really bright pink, but they only had one left, and I don't really know how many I'm gonna need. So I got two in the turquoise, because turquoise is another colour I like. So Dalton Leicester, I can't say it all. Dalton Border Leicester, 100% pure wool, and I've got the 4-ply, and I could get two of those with the same what do you call it, lot number. Do you know, if I could talk, I'd be dangerous. So that's my, and there's, what did he say they were in? I think it's on it. There's 300 metres on that 100 gram skein, 300 metres. So I have got two of those, and what I'm intending to do is, because I couldn't afford to do an old garment in just this because it's quite expensive. I think it was £36 for two, if I remember. I think there were a deal on getting two. So, and I wanted to buy lots of other things while I was there. So I've got these two, and it's quite a thicker 4-ply than normal. I think it's something to do with, what did it say? Oh, by the way, from sheep that live to grow old. Says on the thing. I'll link his website, you'll be able to see his story below. And it's, like I say, it's two of these are 600 metres. Like I say, it's a little bit thicker than you'd expect. It says something about, what did it say? Worsted spun 4-ply. So it must be something to do with the spinning that gives you that slightly thicker 4-ply. So we're thinking that might go with an ordinary DK acrylic, and if I get one that's like multicoloured, and I'm going to try and put them together to make some sort of you know, item to wear. Is it funny, I keep saying I'm going to do all this stuff like, and I haven't got round to any of it yet. So I got that, and then the other shop I wanted to see was Lucy Locketland. So I didn't get much from Lucy Locketland. It was Pearl really that got that. I didn't write down what this one was. Anyway, whatever. I got a couple of, you know, where magnetic page markers, packs of those. They're Emma Ball ones. Got one with gnomes, well, gonks, and one with sheep. I'm keeping the sheep, and I think the gonks will probably go to my pen friend in Germany. And they were £3.50 each. That wasn't too bad. I got this from, there were a chap who was selling ceramic and wooden yarn bowls, but he also did these magnetic pin holders, and I thought it'd be good for like keeping my needle next to me, because it's magnetic on the back, so anything, you know, I haven't got anything magnetic ever. Anyway, so I got the blue flower cow. I forgot to mark down what his name was. Hang on, let me find him. I'll see if I can find him fairly quickly. That's the brochure, by the way. Spring into Wool 2025. He was on the corridor, so let's have a look. Look quite a few on the corridor actually. I know he lived in Bath, but he was originally from North East. Could have been Emily Cross Ceramics. I think it was actually. Yeah. Emily Cross Ceramics. And there's an Etsy shop, so I'll link that below. Like I said, there were lots of yarn balls and stuff, but I don't want a yarn ball. I've got one already, but I thought that was a real good idea, and like I say, it is ceramic, so it's a nice thing to look at, but then it's got the added advantage of the magnet, and it's got to be a strong magnet as well for it to go through the ceramic. I also, next to Lucy Locketland, now she was posting updates for this lady on her Instagram was Lucy Locketland. I don't know her name, so I'm being very rude and calling her Lucy Locketland, and it's Pottery by Isla. And I got this, I haven't opened it yet. Well, I saw it obviously out on display. I've got a little chicken, and it's actually done by her, and really liked that one. I tell you why I got this, because I love things like this, you know, in my kitchen and what have you. And we were in the garden centre with Brian the other week, and there were some chickens for sale, little pottery chickens, and I really liked the look of them. Anyway, when I looked, it was made in China, and it was something like £7 or something like that. I think this was about £10. They were made in China. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with buying anything like that, but I just thought, I'm sure there's a ceramic artist somewhere, you know, who's made something like that, you know, here, and it'll have a lot more love attached to it. So I bought myself that from there instead of getting the mass-produced one. She had a few of these, but they were all different, you see. So I've got something that's fairly unique. I like that. And then my last thing, oh no, I've got another one. I got another Knit Pro Waves crochet hook, because I like clover and more hooks, you know, and tulip, but they go to plastic once you get above 6mm. And when I've been trying to do some of the thicker blankets and things, I don't like using the plastic ones, and I'm not used to using the ones with the lovely handles now. I can't really use anything else. So I do have Knit Pros in, and I like them, but the trouble is, like I say, you know, you get used to having the ergonomic handle. So I've got a 6.5 one. So they're a lot cheaper than, I think £3.50, I think. They're a lot cheaper than the Amorux, and they're probably not quite as good, but it's good enough for like doing a job like that, and it's better than using the plastic one. And then my last thing was, I was going past, no, I've got another thing to show you. I was going past Attic Spin Dye. Now, I've heard of this on the web somewhere, and I think it was Ellen from Mousy Makes Pod. Now, the lady that was sat on the stall called me, well, came up to me and said, you know, like, oh, Pamela, I've watched you on YouTube. Oh, God, that was weird, being recognised from YouTube. Anyway, it's her husband's business. She's called Angela Rowcroft, and her husband's, and she does comment on some of our videos as well. She comments on mine, and I'm sure she does on some other ones. Got into amigurumi recently, and her husband Andy, he's the dyer, so it's his business is this, you know, dyeing the yarn. And when I saw it, I thought, well, I went back, I thought I'll have to buy something, because, like, you know, they were so lovely, but not just because of that, it's lovely yarn. Well, I was attracted to this one up on the thing, and it was yak, and I thought, well, I've never seen that, but it's so soft. It is so soft. It's beautiful. So it's Super Wash Merino, yak and nylon in 70/20, 10%, you know, amounts. You get 400 metres and it's a 4-ply. This is a lot finer than that 4-ply, so if you see what I mean, that one will go with a DK. Now this one is going to be, do you remember when I said I want to do something in a really nice yarn and I want to make an asymmetric scarf? I know which one I want. It's an Annie Design one. It's on Etsy. I've done some of her free patterns that she's had on YouTube, but this is the paid for one. I've narrowed down to 2. I haven't decided quite which one yet, but that's going to be this, and this is definitely enough to do one of those with 400 metres. And how gorgeous are these colours? I absolutely love it, and this is a bit of a departure for me. I mean, I love the bright pinks, of course, but those autumny colours. But I just thought, don't they look beautiful together? And he put a gummy bear stitch marker on the on here as well. They're absolutely beautiful, and I think that's £18.50. But I thought for one of those, you know, asymmetric shawls, thought perfect, absolutely perfect for me is that. So I love it. I was looking at 2 different colourways with Nick next to me, and I said, which do you think? And I just said, I'm leaning towards it. He says, yeah, get it. So I've got this, and I was trying to think to myself about the cruelty side, and I thought, well, merinos generally aren't bred for meat, although I think they are in some parts of the world, but you know, so it's merino. I don't think yaks will be, will they? And obviously nylon's okay. So I feel quite happy with this for like my, you know, for my moral compass. Like I say, I'm not perfect about it, you know, I do deviate when I see something I like, but I'm happy that this fulfills what I want to do, and it's going to be beautiful. It's just going to be so beautiful, is that? So yeah. Now the other thing I got, now I've watched a tutorial on YouTube before from Cozy Rosie. She's got her own channel. She's called Fiona, and she had a stand there. She's mainly patterns, but selling some yarn as well. And this one that she had a tutorial, it's another exit cardigan, and it's Strawberry Sunday cardigan, which is that one. And the reason why I enjoyed watching it was because it uses the Stylecraft bamboo one that I like, you know, it's a lovely yarn to work with, absolutely gorgeous. So I thought I shall buy the actual pattern. So I've bought the pattern, goes up right up to 5XL, which is a 60 to 62 bust, and finished chest 66. I will probably go with a 2XL or a 3XL, but yeah, I just need to get the Stylecraft bamboo to go with it, but I think that'll make a nice cardigan. So I'll share her channel as well if I can think on. So I've just got that to add because, you know, I like a pattern. So that is my purchases, but I think this is my absolute favourite. Go check out his business. You know, this he has got some beautiful colourways. You really must go and check it out. Attic Spin Dye. And like I say, I've definitely heard other channels. She said Sparnits, I watched Sparnits, that's another one. I forget the other one, it might have been Ellen actually she mentioned, but yeah, Attic Spin Dye. So yeah, you must go check that out because that is amazing. So I think that, oh, and that for cruelty free, of course, for cruelty free there, slaughter free wool. So that's my little iced from Sunday. Very good show. If you are able to go to the one in Leeds in the future, if it's there, I would suggest going because it's got everything. Like I say, it's got a reasonable cafe, which is always important to me. It's got the you know, like I say, it's got plenty of stands, all the usual players there. It's got, there was the WI as well, which we were having a chat with them. They had a lovely charity magazine stall, so they asked you to bring donations of magazines. Unfortunately, I'd just given a great big pile away to the hospice shop. Well, I say just, it were in the last few weeks. So they could have had them, and they were selling them 50p for St John's Hospice, which is an hospice in Leeds. So I mean, I suppose mine went to an hospice as well, hospice shop, but you know, it'd be nice to take them there, and they had so many magazines for people to buy. So yeah, I think that covers going there. So like I say, it's more about where I've been and what other things I've been doing rather than me actually achieving anything craft-wise. I will be back soon because I'm going to announce my next By Hook or By Crook challenge. It'll be soon. I can't just say exactly when. We've a fairly busy weekend planned for Easter, but I'm sure I'm going to be able to fit it in somewhere amongst that. Anyway, thanks again. Like I say, sorry about the unusual, you know, setting for me to be talking to you, but at least I am here. I'm back again now. And oh, by the way, the tooth, yeah, coming out. I'm booked in for it. It's going to be done privately. I'm having 2 more extractions, and I'm getting the bridge which I wanted, which my NHS dentist couldn't do. They can if it suits them, but mine has said no. So I'd rather have a bridge, which is more of a permanent solution. I still won't have perfect teeth because I mean I'd look silly with perfect teeth. I've never had perfect teeth, but yeah, so that's that sorted. When that's I don't know whether you'll see me because I don't know whether I'll dare come on if I've no tooth at the front. Shouldn't be without one for too long though. He said they can do it on the same day, but he won't recommend it for me with me being diabetic and having like a few problems like with a dry mouth and gums and that. He's going to let mine heal before he does the work on it, but it won't be long. It's just a matter of letting it heal, that's all. So that's me for now. I hope you all have a fantastic Easter weekend, and I hope I'm not missing in action again. And you know, I do try to still put out a video even though I've not got a lot to show you, but you know sometimes other things get in the way, don't they, you know, and they did. So anyway, take care of yourselves. I'll see you.